Pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed. So today it's August 30th, and well, if you've noticed from the last episode, well, I actually did point out that I was going to have 3 subjects that I was going to talk about in total on that day, but you are seeing me in different clothing, and the reason being is that I did not have enough time to film the episode based on the 3rd subject that I wanted to talk about. So, in which case I had to wait a little while, and now I'm officially back here. So now, I'm going to go ahead and get on to that 3rd subject that I was going to talk about. Because I had already talked about the composition of darts, as well as the different promotional endorsement level values that Nerf or Hasbro might want to consider later on in the future, if they ever want to make more than just some $1 million around here. So, the 3rd subject I wanted to bring up was how oftentimes are they able to sell certain blasters? Now I feel like that could be a really tough question, because just about every blaster that Nerf has sold has hardly had any problems with them, minus the fact that a few of them, including the Centurion, as well as some vintage blasters that Drac had even reviewed on. And so whenever you get reviews like those, you're not always going to expect something good to come out of them. And the outcome is usually something very negative about any of these products, but I guess the real question is, how much units had been sold based on every blaster incarnate that had ever been made throughout history? I guess that probably goes to show that there are in fact dozens and dozens of Nerf blasters out there, at least 100 different Nerf blasters out there across all boards and across all franchises and brands, along with different themes and likewise that had ever come out. Nerf has actually managed to do very well with so many different themes and lineups coming around this time of day and this time around. So it probably just goes to show that certain blasters out there might seem to stand out from the rest. But in all seriousness, I feel like that it's anybody's guess nowadays, because I feel like the certain blasters out there, including the Maverick Knife Finder, basically some of the original N-Strike blasters from the original lineup of the N-Strike series, they seem to have become, really well in terms of the popular vote, but it probably all depends on who seems to buy those. Because nowadays, with the advent of the internet and eBay, we really seem to get ourselves a really good kick out of those kind of blasters being sold online. But the truth is, any blaster can be sold online nowadays. Even some brand new blasters that had just come out recently have actually had themselves their share of being sold online, despite the fact that they were available locally for the most part, as they were brand new, and oftentimes people would try to scramble into the store to try to grab them. And I know I've had my time where I've had lots of blasters that were brand new, that of which I actually bought for myself. They were all brand new, including the Rivals Hypnos, as well as the Bulldog from the Mega lineup. Some blasters though, I seem to see that there are some blasters that happen to sell more quickly than others, simply because of their popularity and because of how functional they happen to be. And it's not just about popularity and functionality that seem to go in terms with how well every unit of Hasbro's products goes out more quickly than others, but I guess it just goes to show that it just seems to be a really good set of examples that go out to tell us an answer that's in detail and in depth on that kind of question. But I feel like that a true answer might not come around for such a long time, because the N-Strike series had only been around for about 13 years nowadays. But today, we got ourselves a really big list of different themes and lineups, including the Mega lineup, Zombie Strike lineup, Rebel lineup, AccuStrike lineup, Dual Lens lineup, and some others out there. Not to mention Elite and Elite XD, which are simply just admins of the original N-Strike series and do pertain the, N-Strike basic level sort of functionality. Not to mention that some blasters from those lineups are basically reshells, but given new color schemes and new sets of internals to make darts propel faster and fly up to further distances. But I suppose it's probably another subject that can, I guess, come around to some other time. But I suppose nowadays there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to have to come up with just for ideas for different episodes. So perhaps mind the fact that sometimes I might not be around for too much. So I guess that part's just probably going out of the way a little bit. But if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.